Giggity.
Divorce.
You know, it used to be that I would announce that, hey guys, we're about to go live, and no one would listen, and they'd just keep going. So I'd just do like put us live anyway, and the conversation would keep going, and I would pull one over on them saying, hey, we're going live, and then they'd just keep talking, and it's like, wow, that was a weird cold open. And now it's gone to the other side where I say, like, all right, we're going live, I'm gonna do the thing, and then a couple seconds in, someone will go like giggity and start making the sense. Hello everyone, welcome to Killing in the Name, my Exalted saga. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the stream. Thanks for supporting in any way you see fit. Before we dive back into the shenanigans that is this adventure, just a couple of quick announcements. As usual, if you like this game and would like me to run a game for you, I still have plenty of seats open at several of the tables I'm running at that website right there, startplaying.games/GM/Radio Free Will. Also, I have, because I evidently am a glutton for punishment, am diving kind of head first back into streaming games, and I've been streaming a lot of video games lately. I've been streaming Chrono Trigger the last couple of days, my first foray into that game. Yes, I know I'm an old. I should have played it when I was a kid, but I didn't. I grew up in a Genesis house. But on top of that, as a very special one-shot that I'm going to be running on April 8th, right here at twitch.tv/radio_free will. I'm going to be doing a one-shot of one of my very favorite micro games, designed for one-shots, Damn the Man, Save the Music. It is a game inspired by the slacker comedies of the 90s, slacker workplace comedies of the 90s, like Clerks, and High Fidelity, and I suppose you could also argue like questionable content in there as well. But its true big inspiration was Empire Records. And the reason we're doing this on April 8th is because April 8th, of course, is Rex Manning Day. And we mustn't dwell, not on Rex Manning Day. So come celebrate Rex Manning Day. I still don't know who's going to play with me. I'm still firing up the bat signal for that and trying to get some folks in. I know Dylan here has expressed interest at least in watching, wearing some Empire Records cosplay. But yeah, it's a game all about chasing dreams and finding love and trying to save your beloved local record store from being consumed by the ever-growing, the ceaselessly ravenous void of capitalism and gentrification. Aster, since you asked in the chat, Rex Manning is a character from the movie Empire Records. He is a fictional singer. It is heavily implied that he was a bit of a sort of a boy bandy kind of type in his early days, but he is now considerably older, sort of in the more Tom Jones, Neil Diamond phase of his life. You don't know who those are either. That's okay.
I'm a baby.
Oh my god. I felt my bones wither. Hang on.
Yeah, yep. Who would be a modern equivalent? Someone.
Oh,
I've heard these. I'm 25.
Trent Reznor.
My god.
Like Trent
Reznor.
Trent
could
Reznor.
be.
Trent Reznor.
Actually, you know who might fall into that category? Now, given sort of her career trajectory, I mean, it's funny because like since the new millennium, a lot of the pop stars that like would have fallen into that category have a like greater degree of respect, you know, like because the first name that came to my mind in that regard was like Britney Spears.
Yep.
But like there's a great like Rex Manning is a joke. Like the fact that he is like still suckling at the teat of making music is kind of a joke. Like nobody gives a shit about him, but like But the people that are going to like see like meet him and sign like his autograph are like
Justin Bieber.
I'd almost say Justin Timberlake right now.
Yeah.
to
Oh
be honest.
yes.
Okay,
Justin
fair,
Timberlake is a really good one actually. Yes.
Yeah, because he also Rex Manning was one of the stars on the daytime soap In the Family Way, and Justin Timberlake acts as well.
Yeah. That is fair. Or you know what? Another good example of, like, imagine a universe where Will Smith never focused on acting.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that could do
Okay.
it.
That would be another example. Like Will Smith has his acting career now to sort of fall back, and it's more not necessarily fall back on it. It's more lucrative than his music ever was. But like, imagine a world where he didn't stop making music, and like showed up at a record store to like sign autographs. It's.
Okay.
But yes, this is the dynamic that Rex Manning brings to the movie Empire Records. I would recommend going.
I apologize for being born in 2000.
That's okay. That is totally fine. I would suggest going back and watching Empire Records. This year's actually its 30th anniversary. And I will warn you, it is 90s as fuck. Like, certain part of it had not aged super well, like, and not just in a sort of like cultural relevance sense, but
I see.
it is it's still a very good movie, and features a cast of actors that are like would go on to be like kind of big deals. Like Liv Tyler is in it, and Renee Zellweger is in it, and Ethan Embry, but he's not quite as big as those two. Anthony.
Who played Joe?
Anthony LaPaglia. Yeah.
So April 8th.
April 8th, Rex Manning Day 2025. We are doing I'm doing Damn the Man, Save the Music, and we are going to recreate the experience of working in a record store in the 90s.
It's like fun.
So Airheads is a vibe for this, right?
Yes.
A vibe, yeah. It is a vibe.
All right.
A very different story arc. Airheads is more about going to the radio kind of thing, but like it's the same kind of energy.
Half baked. All right, got it.
Yes, half bit. Like, but this is it very much. Both of those are more like sort of taking that sort of premise and taking it in sort of another direction. This one is going to be very much focused on the whole idea is to try to save the record store. Anyway, which is how I could name the fake TV show that Rex Manning was in, even though it was a throwaway line. Yeah, it's a really good movie. What's with today? Anyway, but yeah, come hang out and turn up the gin blossoms, glue some quarters to the floor, and shave your head. And join us for Damn the Man, Save the Music. Anyway, with that, thanks for being here, players. Appreciate you being here. This is the part where Brendan Lee Mulligan would say hello, divine demigod, or something alliterative, but we're not trying to lean that hard into copying his shtick.
Just a little.
Just a little. That's we do that on Tuesdays over on Dying of Exposure. But we're okay with that. Anyway, previously on Killing in the Name, our heroes, after waking up in this mysterious manse and not really knowing how they got here, investigated several rooms, discovered who the manse belonged to during the first stage, and one Espada Azul, an Eclipse cast, and seemingly anathema, or not anathema, seemingly Akuma, which is to say an Exalted that had sold their soul to demons for a certain degree of power during the first stage. And as you continued to explore the rooms, you entered into a banquet hall that where one of Radiant's crewmates was demon silk spun to a chair and surrounded by demon spiders. And you spent last session dispatching those demon spiders. Some of you were a little bit worse for wear after that. Cobalt is definitely in a fair degree of pain at the moment. But aside from that, it was a successful rescue. Anyway. So, as the carapaces of these demon spiders burn from the inside out, and their carapace turns to ash. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna check on Beryl.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
You notice Beryl is like a little sweat glistened from the workout, but completely fine.
Yeah, Sylvia will take one look at you when they realize you're fine. Will kind of roll their eyes and kind of go back to assessing the rest of the room.
Radiant calls out to, starts to run towards, what did we name her? Oh, Diwa.
Yeah.
Sergeant, or Corporal, Officer, I don't know. Starts to run towards Diwa, but then calls out to her, how are you?
She is unconscious, actually.
Oh.
Okay. So, if she's unconscious, but not currently writhing in pain, I'm gonna go to Cobalt.
Okay.
And see if I can stabilize him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. I believe. Hold on. Is there an actually associated roll with that? Let me look it up real quick.
I mean, there is a medicine.
I know there's a medicine ability. Well, before you get there, let me medicine. Here we go. Treating wounds, treating disease, treating poison. Physicians can treat cases of poison by administering remedies and antivenoms, hoping to neutralize the harmful venoms with their medical skill. Ordinarily, treating a victim of poisoning requires at least an hour and access to appropriate remedies. At the conclusion of the treatment, the physician rolls intelligence plus medicine at a difficulty based on the severity of the poison. Common or relatively harmless poison may only be 1 or 2 to treat, while life-threatening poisons, exotic venoms, and magical toxins may be difficulty 3 to 4. Every threshold successes garnered on this roll reduces the duration of the poisoning by 1 interval. Multiple instances of treatment cannot stack their benefits. Only the highest reduction of duration is applied. On the battlefield, we're not on the battlefield anymore. Don't worry about it. Okay. Do you have access to medical supplies?
I mean, if you'll allow it, I think someone who is a traveling general who would have at least a
single dose of something,
something like
an
that.
Emergency first aid kind of thing.
Yeah, not only am I a general from a decently tropical area as well, right? Because I'm from the southeast. I'm
Right.
also I consider my women my children in a way. So it's like I am a general and also the mom friend.
Sure.
So I in a semi-tropical area.
Let's be real. You're a Dawn cast. You're not the mom friend. You're the mama bear friend.
I am the mama bear. I am the mama bear. You hurt my country or my women, I'll use the EpiPen at your throat. I mean, I don't know.
Do you have any dots in medicine?
I have one.
Okay, I will say that you do have. I will say that you only have the one dose though.
That's fair.
Okay, so if
EpiPen is $600, you know.
Well, this is creation.
It's like 40 jade.
40 jade.
2 talons.
All right, so
It's the whole thing.
Go ahead and roll intelligence medicine for me.
Okay. I'm so exalted. I have so many tabs open.
Don't forget, you can stunt any roll.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna stunt the anti-venom into your throat. Let's do that.
So
No, you can.
I was gonna say. So the thing to remember is like when it comes, stunting does not necessarily need to be, violent, for lack of a better term.
No,
It's like it's as long as it is, if you can make it dramatic and descriptive, that counts as a stunt. If you want to if you deliver a monologue to go with your performance check, that's a stunt.
Okay.
So if to stunt this particular medicine check, you could say something to the effect of, I'm going to grab, because we're in a banquet hall, you grab a nearby pitcher of water and splash it over the wound to sort of clear any blood off, and you notice the color of the blood and realize, okay, I need this combination.
Right.
Kind of thing. So.
I think what's at least playing in my head is that Radiant sees her soldier and she sees her new comrade, and she makes a very quick assessment. One of them has boiling skin and one of them is safely unconscious, so she goes to the one with the boiling skin.
Sure.
And she kneels down, she takes out her pack, and she immediately rips off part of her robe and starts dabbing at the wound, assessing as she goes, and she starts taking out the general strength, generalized anti-venom that she would have.
Sure.
On her, and is just murmuring over Cobalt, and is just hoping that it works, dabbing with her royal robes, and as the silk even sizzles away, she's not even thinking, she's just an automatic hoping that everything goes well, and delivering the balm onto the all the different what's it called, all the different wounds that Cobalt now has.
It is just one, sort of assessing the wounds that Cobalt has endured over this combat. You see a few scratches, but the one part that is really clearly the issue is the massive bite wound that's sort of into his shoulder, and that's the one that's kind of you can hear it sizzling a bit underneath the skin.
Close. Yeah. So that's the one where the balm goes, and where her her gold embroidered sash is just now greenish and red, gross, but dabbing all of the excess pus out and stuff.
All right, so go. I'll say go ahead and make your intelligence medicine roll with 2 stunt dice.
Awesome. So 6 plus 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, do you have intelligence 5?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
I just decided that would be my highest stat.
All right, then you did that. We have a tactician. I love that. Go ahead.
I think I I don't know if I mentioned before, but I wanted her to be kind of like, at least in spirit, aesthetically she's based on one thing, but in spirit she's based off of Odysseus of Ithaca.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
straight up, she is just a tactician.
That's.
So highest stat would be intelligence.
I
I want to get home to my wife.
I have always wanted to play a more like tactician based Dawncast kind of thing. That's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she has a bow too.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, and it's 7 and above, right?
Correct.
Okay. You have, that is 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. It just barely hits, kind of thing. But it does take away that. I think it was you only had the 1 interval left on the poison, right? Cobalt. You're muted.
Sorry, I was laughing too much at what Cerci was saying, so I muted myself. Sorry, I had 2.
You had 2. Okay, so that is gonna reduce.
You had 2, but you passed the health check at the last time.
Actually, so Will had me do the my check before I did my rolls to reduce it to 2 more rounds.
Damn.
Also,
Okay.
Cerci, did you include the +1 from the from the 2 stunt dice bonus? You get an automatic success and a willpower.
I thought it was only 1 left. I'm sorry.
No. It was
Wait,
it was only a 1 point stunt, so it wasn't there wasn't an auto success in there.
Oh, I thought you said 2. I'm sorry.
No, I said 2 dice. It wasn't a 2 point stunt.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
You're okay. No, I'm just okay, so that is gonna. So you had 1 more duration, 5 rounds. So that's gonna bring it down to 1. So with that, so there is gonna be 1 more round. Cobalt, roll stamina resistance for me.
So even if I excellency, I can't get any dice.
Oh,
-4.
No, you're at -2. Because
Now I'm at -4. You clarified that.
Oh, so the -4 is checked off.
Yep.
Okay. So, all right. How about this? Is what I'm going to do because the damage that you're going to taking the damage that you're going to be taking is you are you're out of combat, so you are technically no longer in crash. So this is not like the only damage you would take here is a degree of initiative damage. Once again, we're out of combat. There is no initiative. I will say that you're not going to die. You're not going to die here, but you are. It is you. You feel real sluggish, like really like fatigued. Like okay, like basically you're one of the like. All right, we beat those things. Anybody else need a nap?
May I? So I had this as an option and was thinking about doing it during combat. I feel it might be thematically appropriate with there. I know there's a distinction between combat rounds and out of combat rounds, but I would like to do this anyway.
Okay.
I would like to spend 10 of my motes. And I will conflagrate myself as I'm using my essence to burn through these greenish, blackish veins coursing through my body. And until the next sunset, I am gone from existence, but I will appear in the nearest place of power.
Fuck.
What did
At
you
the
just do?
next. Yeah.
God damn it! I
I
forgot Twilights could do that. Son of a bitch.
And I will say to them, please look for me in the foyer or the Hearthstone room. That's probably where I will be next. As a blue and golden corona envelops me, and there is ash and nothing. If it works for you.
Dear listener,
I
we
will
were
burn
in the
out this wicked poison from my body. I will not let the
Friends.
creatures of darkness mark me like this.
Friends, sometimes storytelling a game for demigods is problematic.
I need all of
yeah.
you to know that Giuseppe casually mentioned this to me like 5 days ago. They were like, "This is the thing that Twilight Cast can do," and I was
Yeah,
like, "That's
sure
really
is.
cool."
It sure is.
I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
It sure is.
If you don't feel it fits the narrative, I will not do
No,
it. But I feel
That's
it.
every Twilight's get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
But they are Cobalt has left existence for the time being.
Oh,
They'll be back.
huh.
Again, I deserve this, chat. I deserve this.
Chat? Hey, chat? Giuseppe will be back with more interesting facts.
You just fiery discorporation, which for those who
Yeah.
played Psionics in 3.5 was literally like I dropped to 0 hit points. No, I will save to blow myself up, and I'll appear out of the next fire or the nearest fire in 24 hours with full HP.
Wow.
So
that happened.
Radiant, you see this, and in fact, the light show that accompanies this draws the attention of. It's going to draw the attention of Sova and Beryl as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not good.
Well,
What'd they say?
Either the foyer or the Hearthstone room.
it was on purpose, I think. I'm pretty sure that it was on purpose.
Dramatic.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
How's your friend?
I'm gonna check now.
Okay.
So she just like shaking a little bit goes to check on her
Okay.
crewmate because that happened.
Alrighty. So with that, I would like you to roll perception medicine for me.
Oh,
Oh, boysies. Where's my perception?
should be just above your intelligence.
Yeah. So she's walking towards her friend, and she's definitely shaking and totally not crying about it as she's.
Oh.
No one on her crew is allowed to see her cry. And no one on the battlefield is allowed to see her cry, which is why she's very much just looking down at an unconscious person, and so no one is seeing her cry as she's very carefully leaning down to assess her crewmate.
Okay.
Alright, let me double check that I have the right number here because math is math. Okay, 4, yeah. That's 4. That's 2 successes?
2 successes. Let me just double check the book. So, she is breathing. Her heartbeat is, her pulse is, pretty good.
Good.
All things considered. You don't see any bite marks, so no reason to believe that she's been poisoned the same way Cobalt was.
Sorry.
In fact, this unconsciousness seems more like sleep than anything else.
I mean, I try to wake her up then.
Hold on, because I need to look something up about that. Come on, scroll faster, PDF. Thank you. And I know I should be using just the physical copy of the book that I own that's right behind me. Unfortunately, it's falling apart.
Oh no.
It's still pretty new, though, isn't it?
What, my core book?
Yeah.
Oh, I've had this thing for a... Hold on. It's there for 3. There for... I've had it for a solid 8 years, almost 10.
Oh wow, I didn't realize 3rd edition was that old.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's been out for a hot minute. It's it's been sort of a slow development and kickstarting backing schedule with it because what can I say? Making an RPG in a post D&D 5e world is a struggle for anyone, even the once mighty White Wolf, now Onyx Path.
They put their love into it, though. That's what's important.
100%, yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's the core book's what, 700 pages?
It's 680 something. It's almost 700. Anyway, okay, yeah, no, they so yeah, you can, because I will let you know just off the bat that this is a magical sleep, but it does not say anything about waking them up. So yeah, go ahead. Excuse me.
Like, try to wake them up?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
see if I would...
you shake them, and if you shake them a bit, you will be able to rouse them from their sleep and just... Captain! And she starts, like... You can tell that she tried to jump to do something. Whether it was salute or hug you, you can't tell. But unfortunately, she's still bound in the demon silk. So
Yeah, I cut her free, like, instantly.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, just, like, I put my hand on her shoulder and tell her to, like, you know, not move so that I can cut her free without her freaking out.
Yeah.
And, I ask her if she remembers anything from before she was here.
Yeah. No, that's what's... Oh my God. What's the last thing I remember? What was the name of your ship?
I named it after my wife, Rarest Pearl.
Rarest Pearl. Okay. I remember we were on board the Pearl, and we were on the Pearl. We were getting close to Gateway. And then the sea went weird. The sea went. It was like. The sea went green almost.
Green?
Yeah. And as she's describing this, it's sounding familiar.
Okay.
We had the sea went green. It It went completely overcast with black clouds. The sky turned red behind it. And that with the someone that we and we had a passenger. Yeah, we had a passenger. They went. This is, and the passenger was acting like they were expecting this. They were screaming. I don't remember what they said though. And then I woke up in the kitchen, one room over, and then must have been ambushed.
So two things immediately come to Radiant's mind. Number one, is the rest of my crew here somewhere? Number two, trying to remember the passenger.
I would like you to roll. Let's see. If you're trying to remember the passenger, I'm going to say roll intelligence integrity.
Intelligence integrity.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to see if I have any... No. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Because I was wondering if I had any of my, like, sensory stuff that would, like, sensory charms that would help with that, but that's more if someone's in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
You said what did you say it was?
Intelligence and integrity.
Okay. I don't have integrity.
Mood.
Okay, so... Sorry.
Nothing. Okay. Now
Damn.
you can't remember the passenger.
Okay.
It sounds familiar that like it sounds familiar in the sense that like you've offered passage to people that were trying to get from like that were basically trying like, and the fact that you were near Gateway also makes sense. Gateway is one of the more southernmost one of the more southern major cities in the West.
Okay.
And so the fact that you would have been traveling there from maybe Anteng, maybe the Call, maybe, somewhere along that area of creation, it's common stomping grounds for you. So it's like, that makes sense. And the fact that we had the passenger, not shocking. But you can't really think of who specifically your passenger was.
And you said that it started to sound familiar, that the background was getting really weird, right?
Yes. Specifically the idea of the sea turning green and the sky turning red with black clouds.
Is that something that I would have seen before this thing, as someone who's a okay.
That is a completely new phenomenon to you. And actually, hearing that description, Sova and Beryl, I'd like you to also roll intelligence integrity, because you're within earshot of this happening.
Interesting. That's 4 dice at least, so.
I got 3 dice on it.
Yeah.
Sorry, do none of us have integrity, or?
I have integrity. I'm not very intelligent, but I have integrity.
Ooh, 2 successes.
Okay.
That's a 6. Damn. Okay, 2 successes as well. I thought it was an 8, and I would have had 3, but now it's a 6.
With 2 successes, because given the description, like the red sky and black clouds sounds familiar to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
The green sea, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, part of that sounds a little familiar to me.
When you say the sea was green, was it the water or was it glowing? Was it bleeding through the water?
it was almost like it's almost like it wasn't the sea anymore. It wasn't water. It wasn't the sea water that I knew.
If only the person who knows the most about magical things wasn't suddenly not here. I want to see what my I need some book time.
To be fair, if it was something fayish, I would at least have passing knowledge of that.
It's not. I mean, that doesn't sound. It doesn't sound like. Put it this way, it doesn't sound fey, but it doesn't sound not fey either.
Fair.
Can I ask my friend?
You have a friend to ask? Like beyond
remember
me?
my ally, Will?
I do remember your ally. They are not here at the moment.
What? Okay. Ooh, buddy. Don't like that.
Oh.
Could I try and call them here?
In fact, this may be the first moment you've realized, wait a second, they're not here. And you don't know where they are.
So it kind of settles down and then makes this face, and like even with the mask on, it's like very clearly the biggest oh shit you've seen them do since like encountering them. We have to get out of here. Like, obvious statement. I understand. Are the rest of your crew here?
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to immediately start searching for them now, of course, because apparently, and she gets up and she's just like gesticulating, and she's just like, apparently, we were, so the best she can figure, I guess, we were all, can she remember anything from past, like, does she think that she was transported to here from the ship? Because, I mean, if her one crew member is here.
That... You could make that educated guess.
Right, what I'm trying to say is, like, does she remember anything between the ship and waking up in the foyer?
No.
Okay. So apparently we got, I don't know, existence hopped between Spooktacular Water and here. So now I have to look all over the rooms for, and she just starts cursing in, what did we say?
Probably
in
sea tongue.
In sea tongue, yeah. I mean, I think she immediately starts, like, first she makes sure that her friend has her weapon. Does Diwa have her weapon on her?
Yes. It's still sheathed. It's a chopping sword. It's popular amongst sailors in the West. They usually call it a wave cutter.
I ask if she can stand.
She braces herself against the table and sort of like pushes herself up. It's like, "Aye, Captain."
Yeah, then I do the like round out symbol.
Yeah.
like I'm immediately like we're going to the next room.
Yep, let's roll out. All right, so where do you go next? Diwa seemed to insinuate that the next room over, there is There are doors leading out into from sort of the far end of this banquet, near from where Diwa was sitting. Diwa insinuated that one of them led to the kitchen.
Well, now she wants to check the kitchen just to see if there's any ingredients for anything that could be like, even if it's cayenne powder.
Yeah.
To see if that we could make any other poultices that need making.
Sure.
In case.
All right. So you're gonna head over to the kitchen?
Yeah.
All right. Diwa will point out, like, it's the door to the left from where you're standing. And she leads you into the kitchen. This kitchen is... It's done up like whoever used to live here got out real quick. There's a lot of foodstuffs left out. The butcher knife is sort of haphazardly sticking into the butcher block meat cutting table. Not neatly put away in the like whatever knife hole. Just like whoever did it just sort of like slammed it in there and ran. There's a couple of cuts of meat out on the table.
Is the meat still fresh?
Like are they like a... Huh.
So you're saying that we've been abducted to an abandoned manse that has a fresh larder. Well,
from an abandoned manse from an age ago.
But the fridge is still good.
Yeah.
There is a on the... Speaking of which, on the far wall, there is a large... there's a large case. The only frame of reference any of you would really have for it is probably about the size of like a sarcophagus.
Okay.
Made of blue jade.
Oh, wow.
If any of you would like to look at that and roll intelligence, you can roll intelligence, lore, occult, or craft, whatever is best for you.
Okay.
I
By the
would
way, I'm
love
gonna turn
to.
around and look at the doorway behind us as we come in, like around it. All clear?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, no spiders waiting to ambush you in here.
Intelligence and lore is 4 dice.
The ceiling is not high enough for there to be any lurking ceiling spiders this time.
Okay. Intelligence occult is 4 dice.
Okay.
So was mine.
Intelligence raw is 5.
3 successes.
3 successes.
2
1
successes.
success and 2 successes.
I got a 7.
Okay, Sova and Radiant, you've heard of these things before. You may not have seen one in the wild because they're kind of rare during this day and age outside of particularly rich areas like the Blessed Isle. But this is what's known as a Winter's Breath casket. It is designed to keep produce and meat things fresh. It's a magical refrigerator.
Yeah.
Okay, but if the meat is still out,
Yep.
and if it's fresh.
Yep, and even like if you touch the meat, it still has a bit of a chill to it.
So that's the thing that's fucking up Radiant though, because whether or not there's a magical, there's a fantasy fridge, if the meat is still cold, if the ice water was still ice in it thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is there so if this man's was from era ago,
The first age.
the first age, if this man's was from the first age, could somehow it be preserved in time because we're not in the correct part of creation anymore. Because and
theory.
I have no idea how that would work, but it sounds smarter than I'd guess.
Unless someone is still currently here or recently here. They're looking for little demon butlers now. Like,
Wherever we are, we're disconnected from the spirit plane.
okay, and you know that's how?
Because the spirit my family has, I can't reach it. I can't feel it.
Oh.
Oh, that's weird.
So that's bad, I'm guessing.
I will point out about the cosmology of creation.
Uh-huh.
There isn't really a spirit plane.
Uh-huh.
There's heaven, which is where the celestial bureaucracy exists, and there's creation, where the terrestrial bureaucracy exists. Those, like, spirits are gods. They are small deities. Most of them are like your spirit, your spirit friend would have been hanging out in creation.
Okay, so we're separate from creation.
Oh.
Will, I have a question that might help illuminate this based on the previous investigation.
Sure.
So on any of the previous stuff or things that we went through, was there dust on them?
Was there dust? Like in the banquet hall?
When we were going through like Sova's journals, etc., like things like that. Like, did it seem like it had been sitting around for the ages and centuries that it should have been there, or did it all look fresh?
It all looked pretty fresh.
Thank you.
Well, that doesn't answer whether or not there's still someone living in here, because they could still clean it.
I'm in elsewhere. I can only help so much. I'm just asking.
I know.
Also, you are not in elsewhere.
Well, yeah, I don't exist. I'm sorry. Much different.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Oddly enough, elsewhere is a specific place.
Yeah.
It's a bad place.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, sorry.
You wanted to sort of scrounge around some of the ingredients to see if you could get some medical supplies.
Medical, yeah.
I
mean, we might have to eat at some point unless our stomachs are magically like.
So for the medical stuff, I'm gonna have you roll. We'll call it intelligence survival.
That's 7.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving around dice so that I don't get confused. I think they're like scoping everything out right now.
Okay. I have a question about an investigation charm.
Sure.
It's Watchman's infallible eye. The way that the notes describe it on like the character sheet I'm using.
You get to automatically see if you can case the scene.
Yes.
You know what? For Watchman's infallible eye, like, I think the way that charm is written, it's specifically about like crime scene kind of things.
Okay.
But if
we've all been kidnapped, so theoretically this entire place is a place.
Yeah, I was gonna say theoretically this whole place is a crime scene.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, I'll say you're able to scrounge up enough to get like one more dose of like sort of an emergency. It's like it's basically a smelling salts kind of situation.
Oh, cool.
That'll sort of make someone snap to if need be.
Love that.
But and it's case, scene, or profile. Yeah, I suppose you could case pretty much like anytime you walk into a new room. I suppose you could case the scene to see if there's any like unless things are like relatively undisturbed. Like I said, this room there's enough detail here that like someone left in a hurry that you could case the scene to try to get some more information out of that.
Yes. So my first immediate question is like, obviously, I feel like this would be fairly obvious, but if the person who left the way we came or left another way.
All right, roll me perception investigation. Pretty sure that's what case scene is.
Would make sense.
You got it, Neon. We believe in you.
Yeah, perception investigation.
Sick. That's 8 dice.
Woohoo!
So as Sova kind of steps up to where the butcher knife has been haphazardly settled into the block, she starts kind of looking backwards and forwards. And I almost want to envision, if anybody has seen Hannibal, the way the light passes over the screen when Will is doing his this is my design bit as he's looking around. It's that kind of like backwards and forwards scanning of details of like, okay, this thing is sideways, that is turned in this direction. And like trying to look for the flow of movement in all of the things that are both placed and displaced.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and take 2 dice for the stunt.
Sick. 6 successes.
6 successes. Holy shit.
Nice.
You even got the thumbs up on the screen there. Beautiful. All right, 6 successes. You are so you're looking at the butcher block table, right? And specifically at the meat that has been that is sort of like I said, there's still a bit of chill on the meat. And you looked at there's a sort of the meat it looks like pork, like a roast pork kind of thing. But there are sort of gouges cut into the table that look fairly fresh. And you sort of look around, and there's like a little like there's a dollop of a dark red sauce of some kind, dark red liquid of some kind, and you see a few crumbs of bread lying around. So whoever was here made a sandwich. Bread, meat, sauce. That's a sandwich. No, Bardakiki was not long pig. We're not getting that gruesome.
Okay.
Yet.
Oh.
I just thought like that tracks a little bit with like selling your souls to,
Sure.
Yozi or demons or whatever.
Are we allowed to call it long pig if it's lunars?
That's messed up.
That is
long dog?
That is an ethical quandary for another day.
Yeah.
That is not going to think about it. If they give up themselves and then shift into a boar, I suppose. No, never mind.
No,
Anyway, so you're
Anyway.
looking across, like sort of looking for any other sort of details, and you see on the floor a few more drops of that same liquid, leading toward sort of like in a almost like a drip pattern, not like a steady drip pattern. It's not like he was like, it's not like he like it was like leaking out of the cinch, but you catch a couple more drops of it on the floor to the far door. Sort of down past the Winter's Breath casket.
Stova will kind of do her thing and look and then incline their head towards the door that way. Whoever did this went that way.
All right. If anyone doesn't complain, I can take the front.
Is there anything else here?
You can. I mean, there's some foodstuffs here if you guys. If you guys need food.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Does
should
anything
probably
look like
take some
relatively
just-
stable? Oops, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say Radiant Star probably takes a little bit of meat just in case they have to, I don't know, throw it at a hell dog or something.
Any ingredients that look both like immediately eatable but also relatively stable without the magic fridge?
Jerky.
Yeah, there's some. There are some fruits that will last a little while longer than others. Like there's a couple of apples, couple of basic fruits and vegetables kind of thing that like if you guys need it, you should be able to find it kind of thing. I wouldn't get like nothing too fancy, but like
Okay.
yeah, if you guys want to grab something, then you can something edible. You can grab it here.
Got it. No corn nuts or Pringles.
There's probably a couple of loaves of bread, like sort of like nice like crusty baguette kind of thing.
Silva will grab like basically pairs of things and then like get some for herself and then basically there and like toss like a little like care package of stuff at him.
I appreciate it. Oh, you want me to hold on to this? Got it. All right. Throws it in a bag.
It's for you, but all right.
You.
Well, I'll share. But in the interim, you believe Radiant Star, you'd said that way? Or no, sorry, Silva, you'd said that way.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, why not? And then just pushes forward, shoves his way into danger, seeing what happens.
I would just sigh.
Yep. Checking for traps is your job. Getting hit in the face with them is mine.
Teamwork.
Yes.
So you're gonna head, excuse me, head through the far door.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Barrel's life motto is whatever doesn't kill me had better pray it can outrun me.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So cool.
All right. Beryl, remind me where you're from again?
He'd have been definitely more oceanic, so probably the west is where
In the west,
all the
yeah.
seas are. Yeah.
Yep.
I think the joke that like all of us except for Cobalt are from the west.
Yeah.
No, I'm from the south. I'm from southeast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm also. The two of us are from the south.
And the two of us are
And
from
the
the
two
west.
of you are from the west.
It's okay though, because there's no coastal rap rivalries going on between those areas.
West Coast, West Coast.
It be coming for Atlanta up in
Oh,
this.
wait a minute. You said you're from the southeast.
Yeah.
Radiant. Shit. I was treating that like you were in the southwest. No. So if you're in the southeast, that means you'd have been a sailor on the Dreaming Sea, not the Great Western Ocean.
Does this make a difference?
Yes, because that's your nexus.
Yeah, that means you're
And-
closer to the scavenger lands, and
Yeah, I speak a tribal tongue.
okay. Okay. All right. Well, this is where we live now. We just roll with it.
Mhm.
I mean, again, I got Ithacud. Like, I did get Aeolus all over the place, so I haven't been home in a while.
Okay, so we'll say so. In that case, we'll just keep it as it was. But your another thing Diwa would have implied was that you were on the Western Ocean when that happened.
Yeah, I haven't been home in a long time, so
Okay,
that's fine.
all right. So, Beryl,
Yes.
you open you open the door and step through into what looks like a library. But the style of the room is completely unlike anything you've seen so far. In fact, this reminds you of home. The architecture specifically, it is. Hold on, we're gonna pick a random area in the west that you are from, just so we can get some specifics here.
Yeah. Add some granularity to the details.
Exactly. So
Word.
The west. Let's see.
See, I can just grab a map of creation
Yeah,
and
so
take a look
you,
around.
This reminds you of home back in Rondon. Just reading the description of Rondon from the books. This is just the introduction paragraph about the chapter on it. The sea walls of Rondon glisten like mother of pearl, but up close every brick is glazed with images of monsters, heroes, and gods in 100 colors. Rich scents of black pepper, cinnamon, and clove overlay the market stink of fish and foundry smoke. Even common folk wear linen ablaze with madder, saffron, and indigo. Their betters don rainbow silks flashing with jeweled embroidery. As soldiers parade around the aristocracy's craft lodges, their leaders stand resplendent in brocade armor, resilient as bronze, or coats of ceramic plate as hard as steel, their masked helmets shining with gold, silver, and gems. A gateway to the far west's bounties, Rondon holds suzerainty over a scattering of tributaries and recent colonies, extracting beneficial trade terms and ceremonial tribute by dint of deep coffers and sharp spears. Led by its Pekumi warrior artisans and their queen, the Randani have known their prosperity and abundance for generations. Now the island is torn between hunger for expansion and the allure of stability, beset from without by competitors and pirates, and from within by agitators and the ancient feuds of their own gods.
I like it, especially the amount of art and craft that goes in there, because that is something that Beryl has a particular affinity to.
Absolutely. So, it is done up rather lavishly, but instead of the hardwoods and stonework of the foyer or Espada's study, this is done up more as this is an entertaining library. This is where you a trader from afar would come and visit you and it's like, oh yes, join me in the library for a rousing game of Gateway and a snifter of brandy kind of thing.
Oh, where you like throw salons and shit.
Yes.
Got it.
All right. This is uncomfortably familiar.
The chairs there are done. They are. I feel like calling them wicker leaves sort of a degree of cheapness, but they're it's a very fine design of wicker. There's like a pattern to the braiding of the woodwork. Rattan. There you go. With very like the pillows that are sort of laid onto it, and it's a large circular rattan chairs with lavish silk pillows for comfort to sit on them. There's some crystal decanters with some kind of spirit in them. You can't tell from a distance. It is a brown one. The woodwork is, like I said, it's more of an island woodwork, less like hardwoods and more like I said, rattan, palm, sort of wood being used here. The other detail that is throwing you for a loop is when you came through the door and you looked back, there's a window leading outside. That window should be a wall leading to the kitchen.
Oh, man.
Oh. That's disconcerting. Silva, you might want to look out this window that should be facing the kitchen. But
wait. Do we still see him? Through the door?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Nothing looks dangerous. It's just a lot of the furniture reminds me of some craftsmanship I've seen in the Lesser Cowries. I haven't been to those islands in ages, but beautiful
the
work.
Cowries?
Yeah, the Cowries. The Lesser Cowries are part of the Radani island chain. I grabbed a map of creation and immediately was like, what's a thing I can name?
Bro was from the west. He just like you.
Yeah. For everybody watching at home, this is the secret of improv. You say a word and then make it up to fill in the details.
Yes, and then just start Googling things rapidly while you're listening to exposition. Yeah.
But yeah, so Silva will come through to look at what you're looking at. Oh no.
And I'm Barrel's not going to be able to resist. I'm going to walk over and decant the crystal and take a whiff.
Don't.
Sorry. I'm not necessarily going to drink it. A whiff. I just.
It is like I said. It is a spirit. It is It has a certain. There's a pungency to it, but on the back end you get like the faint sort of after aroma of like sea air and banana. This is a Randani rum. Randani rum, based on the smell.
Well, you're coming with me, and I'm just going to like try and set it in my bag without it, like spilling or tipping. It's a dark rum, Sova. You know I have a weakness. If it
We
was
are here.
anything else, like I'll wait until someone can test it to make sure it's not going to give me ghosts. But at the same time, I'm not going to pass up hometown rum if I can. That's how that works, right? Spirits gets you ghosts. That's the poison equivalent.
That is not. Never mind.
In my head, it makes sense. So just
Why does
trust me.
this place look like it was made in the calories?
It's a good question, but it definitely looks like I was the first one to step in here, right?
Yes.
And it started to look like home for me. So someone else from a different area lead in the next room. So Radiant Star, and tell me if it looks like somewhere that belongs to you, because the rooms are non-linear. So what if there's something that represents all of the corners of creation, and it puts you in a room that fits for you based on
That's a
who
good
walks
question.
in.
When we walked into the last room, into the room, the dining hall, was I the first one to walk in?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Also, I feel this is far too smart for Beryl to have figured out. So if you want to retcon that somebody else put that
I mean, one
together.
talks the right twice a day. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Beryl may not be book smart, but he may know tropes, okay?
He may be comic
Much like
book
Ulster
smart.
and stories he's into. Yeah, no.
Oh, you know what? He is a trash novelist, so it could be that this is a plot that someone else wrote, and he thinks he's really smart for remembering it.
That's so funny.
Oh,
He might have be smart, but he's got pattern recognition down.
oh.
Oh, darn it! That's true for me too.
Hey, many of us,
No.
many of us like Harry Potter, regardless of if it's a trash novel.
But
And those people are wrong, and it's okay.
Anyway,
uh,
so yeah, there's another exit to the library though on the other side, right?
Yes, there is. It does sort of lead through to. There is another door, another exit door, so to speak.
want to find anything of interest? Do I have to make the investigation roll again?
Yes, because it's a new room.
Okay.
I'm going to make Beryl's equivalent of an investigation roll. I'm going to walk to one of the bookshelves, find a random book that doesn't look important, pull it out, and take a bite out of it.
Oh my
A bite?
god.
A bite?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Test if it's real.
Like
you do a gold coin, you know.
And that is certainly a book that you are biting into.
Can I
Tastes
can I
woody.
read any of the languages visible on these book binds, or
Because
because this room looks like it's from the west?
What languages do you know?
I know River Speak and whatever the Western tongue is.
Sea tongue.
Sea tongue, yeah.
No, you can't.
Interesting. So going off of that, Sova will kind of start looking around the room. Not quite the full scan of the rest of the room.
You do recognize the alphabet, though.
Oh, intriguing.
Because it's a very well-known alphabet throughout creation. Although in modern day, it's more frequently used as decoration than anything else. It's Old Realm.
Dang it.
Sova will start cursing in sea tongue.
I speak High Realm, not Old Realm.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You know who does speak Old Realm?
Yep.
They're not here right now.
Our
That's
nerdcast.
If you'd like to make a call.
We have to find the what are the Twilight known as?
What do you? Oh, what their
Their epithet.
Oh, what is what are their epithets?
Good question.
Twilight. Hold on, I got it. Descending suns, children of twilight, copper spiders, arrows of heaven, solar lightning, heaven's lamps, and the unclean.
Uh,
That last one is derogatory, obviously.
yeah, no. She kind of look at you. You have to find the arrow. Ugh.
If it makes you feel any better, that means Radiant, you are our Forsaken, and Sova, you are our Wretched.
Awesome.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool.
So we'll curse a bit and then we have to find the arrow.
Yeah. But we have another whole day?
Well,
I don't know how time is passing here.
Actually, what time is it outside? Let's take a look.
Is it still all black outside?
No, actually.
What?
Outside this window, it is a gorgeous sunny day.
All right, sunset's not too far.
A handful of beautiful, like perfectly picturesque puffy clouds in the sky. It's actually from where you stand, like outside this window is it looks like a beach. This seems to be right on the beach. You hear the lapping of waves, a gentle breeze blowing through the palm trees.
No, better go bite the sky and see if that's fake.
I was cool until now. Now I'm fucked up, and it's bad.
Just hard staring.
I don't think I'll bite the sky. That's unfortunately my mouth only goes so far.
So
Radiant wants to see if there is scanning everything outside to see if they don't want to open the window until they know for sure that this isn't some illusion magic poison bullshit or whatever. So they're starting to scan the sky to see if there's any glitches. Is it the same seagull flying over and over again, you know?
Roll me perception investigation.
I'm gonna stunt that.
Okay.
What they're doing is they are like a sea captain, hands planted on the banister of the window, and they are just you can almost see cogs in their brain just staring through their brows, and just you can almost see their cast mark glow, because I'm gonna excellency this. And they are just fully, their eyes are flitting quick,
Yeah.
as they concentrate from they're looking at bird, they're looking at fluffy cloud, they're looking at palm trees with which the beach is their life, so they would know.
Yeah.
And they're looking at every single minute detail.
Okay. Go ahead and go. You know what? I will say you can take 2 extra dice on the roll, and you get an automatic success. We'll call that we'll call that a 2-point stunt for you.
Hell yeah!
How do I do excellency again?
It is up to the attribute level.
It's attribute plus ability.
Oh.
So, how many dice are you rolling for perception investigation?
So,
without the stunt, how many dice?
1, 2, 3, and then it's investigation, right?
Yeah.
So it's 3.
3. Okay, then you can spend up to 3 motes of essence to get 3 more dice on the roll. Up to 3 more dice on the roll.
Okay, so it'd be 8 dice plus 1 free success then altogether?
Yes.
Nice. Pretty good.
So, wait, how did that math work? So I can spend 3 more motes of essence.
Yes, you can spend 3 more motes of essence to get 3 more dice on the roll.
Yep, because it's the pre-stunt maximum.
Right.
I understand. Okay. And then I get the 2 more for
the stunt.
Yeah.
For the stunt. Okay.
And you got a free success to start because 2 dice stunts come with a freebie.
And
Okay,
since it's not combat, you do double your 10s.
Yep.
Oh, good call.
And even then, honestly, the only time you don't double your 10s is on decisive attack damage. You double your you double your 10s every other place.
I did get 2 10s, so.
So that's
Holy shit!
So that's 4 successes.
And then an automatic success.
So that's up to 5, and so 6. That's 6 successes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So 6 successes on this roll. That's a really good roll. What languages do you speak again?
I speak Forest Tongue, River Speak, and one of the tribal tongues from the Southwest Islands.
Okay. So you're looking for every minute detail in in whatever, like, in all of the things, like what could be, like, looking for some kind of clue that this may be an illusion, that this may be not what it appears. And you look at the beach, you're looking at patterns in the waves, you're like watching the seagulls fly by, you see try to time, you see a dolphin breach the waves out in the distance and you're trying to time it. And then you look up at the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in the shape of the clouds itself. You know, sometimes when you look at one of those puffy white clouds, there will be streaks of gray in it.
Yeah.
And you see one of them, and one of them, the streaks of gray, make a letter in River Speak.
Huh.
You're like, wait a minute. And then you look at that one, and then you look at the next one over, and it's another letter.
Huh.
And then another one gives another, and then you wait a second for them to pass, and they sort of reform into new letters. You take it to sort of picturing this pattern, right?
Yeah.
And eventually you decipher it. Because once you know what you're looking for, you know what you're looking for. And in the clouds spell out the word ha 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 fuck you.
That sucks so bad. I think they put down whatever they were holding, if they had anything in their hand, which they probably didn't, but they just, and then they walk out into the hallway and curse really, really loud. I'm gonna walk back into the.
So are you gonna head out the far door from where you came in, from the kitchen? Like, you came in from the kitchen, you're heading out the other door back towards the unknown?
No, they just wherever. They just head into the kitchen or wherever. Yeah, they head into the kitchen just beyond, and they close the door, and they mom yell. They aunt yell real loud in River Speak, just real quick, and then they open the door again. They walk back in. The children have to hear, and then they walk back in. And they explain what the cloud said to the group.
I feel like someone's looking out the window as you come back to explain, just the fuck did you just say?
Upon hearing this and thinking that it literally told you it in a verbal way, Beryl just walks over and I got your back.
I got you. Thank you, Beryl. Thank you, Beryl. Thank you.
Honestly, it's the only way.
I love Beryl.
Beryl's great.
Beryl's great.
I thought to myself, what if Krunk was on the right side of the alliance of good and evil at the beginning, and then just kept that thought process going in my head?
So true. That's so accurate to what's happening. The poison for Cobalt.
I think I even took
the poison specifically designed for kobolds.
Oh, it's poison.
You know, I think I even took a charm so that I could speak to all the woodland creatures.
Squeak
Oh
'em.
lord.
Squeakity
But
squeak.
yeah, so
God damn it. Anyway.
so
What
who's
was
going through the
this?
next door then?
Was this the 100 lockpick door from Fallout right now?
I've never played Fallout, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, you get it's one door you can open up only with 100 lockpick, and if you open it up, it says "ha ha ha, fuck you."
Really? Oh shit! No, I had no idea.
No, it actually is. It's like
Amazing. But yeah, Silva just kind of looks between the three of them assembled. We'll barrel into this door. Which of us is going through the next one?
I guess you next, since it's just might as well. I mean, go ahead. I need a whole minute. I need a minute.
That's
a minute.
fair.
Yeah.
So, carefully, I am going to go to the next door.
All right. Are you going to try to inspect it in any capacity, or?
Yeah, see if there's any obvious traps or anything.
Okay. Give me a perception awareness, or perception investigation, whichever's better.
It's awareness, I'm sure.
Okay.
That's 9 dice.
There you go.
8 successes.
Nice.
fucking rocket.
How many? How many successes? Sorry.
8.
8 successes. Yeah, no, this door is safe.
Excellent.
Oh, thank goodness.
Then I'll go through it.
Also, Giuseppe Burbsan is asking, which Fallout game was that?
Oh, it was Fallout 4. Yes, Fallout 4. It was. It was shortly after you leave. There's a silo that's a radio tower, and it's just right around the other side of it. There's a huge, long, monotonous dungeon, and then there's the other back way, but you can only get into it through 100 lockpicking. If you ever reach up to that, it's just like, nope, ha ha ha, fuck you. There's no actual exit this way. And it's like the biggest
so
dick
bad.
punch in all of Fallout.
Yes.
Yes, Burbsan, we are playing 3rd edition Exalted. Yeah, the door is fine.
Yep. So we'll take point through the door then.
Okay. You open it, and it opens back into the foyer.
Huh. So we're on the other side of the foyer?
Yes.
So we went in a circle. I'm just
You went in a circle. You entered, I believe, because you went up the stairs and into the one that was like farthest to the right, which was the study. Then you went one door over, which was into the banquet hall, into the kitchen, came back through this room that was definitely not Rondon, and then out back into the foyer.
Okay. So any sign of our friend Cobalt?
Not yet.
Fuck. That's literally what will happen when Soba opens the door, recognizes the foyer. She'll look around, and then. Fuck.
What was the other place he said? It wasn't just the foyer. It'd be another place of power. He said.
The
Hearthstone.
The Hearthstone.
The Hearthstone. Where's that? Did we go in there already?
No,
you did not. We've not discovered it.
You do not know where the Hearthstone room is.
What's a Hearthstone room?
A Hearthstone, if I may. So,
yes.
In Exalted, manses are buildings of power.
Okay.
And they are built around what's known as a domain. A domain is sort of a natural place in it's a place in creation where essence sort of naturally coalesces. Essence travels through what's known as dragon lines, ley lines, effectively. And where those dragon lines intersect, essence tends to sort of coalesce. And on those intersections, people can sort of build altars. And the altars help sort of focus that essence into a physical form. And around those altars, people will usually build manses. Manses can be used as temples, as factories, as homes, as any combination of those three. And it is a physical building built around a natural locus of
Power.
essence. Now, at that altar, that essence coalesces and manifests into a physical item called a hearthstone. Hearthstones themselves have magical benefits. There are magical benefits to, like, depending on the type of hearthstone, the type of essence that is sort of coalesced there. Any number of factors sort of change what is part of it. However, but that means any given manse will have an altar somewhere in it to create and keep its hearthstone.
Okay, so we should probably find the hearthstone. Because if he shows up there, but also just in general, so that maybe we can glean more information about this place.
Excuse me.
Also, I do realize, Will,
Yeah.
the only reason I chose to use that ability was because I know we are in fact in a manse, so I would not be separated from them for a long period of time. However, I might be SOL when I arrive there.
Sure. So yeah, you don't, but that's the problem. You guys don't know where this Hearthstone room is.
Alright, so we went to the furthest most door on the right, which brought us out the furthest most door on the left.
No. It brought you to the next door over. So,
the next door over.
You know,
Okay.
let me, I'm going to draw a very rough diagram here. So we have, this is sort of the general shape of the room. We have the mezzanine up here with the stairs that lead up to it. Oh, wait, hold on. That's... Okay. Give me just a second. Rudimentary art project.
Oh, do you have a tablet?
I do not have a tablet, unfortunately. And of course, because I know... let's see if I can get this right. So, and of course, that's...
Oh no!
Yeah, because... So, can you guys see that from here?
Yes.
Yes.
So, you guys manifested right about in here, okay? That is the center, the middle of the floor in the foyer. You guys then went up the stairs and into this room. That's the study. That was Espada's study. Next door over is right here. That led into the banquet hall. You went over from the banquet hall into the kitchen, down into the room, the Rondon room, and then that spat you out here. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I say we just continue on one door over and see what's there.
All right.
Yeah.
Leave the red room for last.
Although, Neon did say, or Scout did say that
I will also point out, though, there are still doors as yet unexplored right here, down on the floor, and over here, and also that's the main door that you tried doing the shave and a haircut, and you got way more than 2 bits back.
Yep. Just to let you know, I'm not sure if you saw the message. My battery life is being a lot right now. I'm not. Well, it's exhausting a lot. That's what I should say.
Okay, so then what we will do, we will we'll enter into this room, and this will be we'll wrap it up. We'll do a short session tonight, just so that we can get all of as much through as we can. It's okay. No, don't worry about it. It's but so you guys are going to move on to the next room.
Yeah, that's at least what Barrel's suggesting. You can ignore him. It's not always a bad idea to ignore him.
Can't say no to handsome Squidward.
It's very difficult to do at the very least.
With character art hopefully coming next session.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be marvelously stupid.
Amazing.
So are you following Sexy Squidward's suggestions to
All day long, all the time.
Sure.
All right. So you guys head into the next room, and when you enter, there is
Don't like that face.
No, it is a what would make sense up here? No, we're gonna go for it. Okay. You guys open the door, and in front of you is a desert.
Oh. I feel like someone looks over at Radiant.
So, so you open the door, and there presented before you is a desert. And there are statues, sandstone sculptures, standing in a circle there. Radiant.
Yes.
You recognize the statues.
Do I?
You do.
Okay.
There's 4. Well, I can't say they're standing in a circle because there's only 4 of them.
Oh, is that the city?
No. It's your crewmates.
Fuck!
Oh.
And in the center of these 4 statues is a cage. A cage of a fine wire cage of. It's hard to tell from this distance what it is, but inside that cage is a large, silvery feathered owl.
Is that Sova's spirit companion?
It is Sova's spirit companion.
Oh, Beryl knows he might want to stop her.
When it's just like, it doesn't see, he, she, it, they? He doesn't see you yet. It looks like he's sort of his head is kind of down. He's kind of like staring out towards the horizon.
Would Beryl have met him before?
Probably, but you more than likely know the whistle that she does to call him, which she will do right now. to get his attention.
Beryl, Beryl, how old are you again?
In his like late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
He's almost a century old, but he still, looks appropriately 35-ish.
Of course, yeah.
Because lunars stop when you exalt, you basically
Jesus.
start aging at like 1/10.
Yeah, it's like honestly, put it this way: the only reason no one knows what the upper limit of a solar's age is because they tend to lead exciting lives and don't die of old age.
Yeah.
So, Sova, you let out the sort of the signature whistle, and he immediately his head immediately turns fast, and it's an owl. They can do the whole head turning thing.
Yep.
It's just got with the speed that would break a lesser creature's neck. And he turns and just, Sova, you need to get out of here.
I forgot he
That will
could
probably
talk.
stop her from running to him at full speed.
Mm-hmm. And Beryl will charge right along with. Just, we don't leave friends.
And that's where we're gonna cut for a moment.
Woo!
Oh boy!
Meanwhile,
They've taken everybody from everybody. With 4 of your people? 4 as statues? What is happening?
Meanwhile,
Oh.
Cobalt.
Oh, fuck.
You weren't
Maybe
there,
you
motherfucker.
did get taken to elsewhere.
I earned this.
That blue and gold flame ignites. And as it dissipates, you find yourself on the floor of a completely stone room, illuminated by torchlight. Plenty of torches around, so there's plenty of light to see by. In front of an altar, you've seen manse altars before, altars that are designed to sort of manifest hearthstones. There's no hearthstone sitting in this altar, though. And while you're getting your bearings, something catches your ear. A sound. Like the smacking of lips? Like someone chewing with their mouth open kind of sound.
No.
The sound that nobody likes, you know? And you turn in the direction of the sound, and sitting on a stool that they seem to have brought with them, made of a fairly nice looking rattan with a small silk pillow on it for comfort, is a woman. Stringy white hair, muscularly built, wearing a sort of an assemblage of clothes that anyone on the aisle would consider blasphemous. It looks like it is. She's actually wearing. She's wearing immaculate order monk robes, immaculate robes. But usually monks will wear like a singular color to signify the dragon to whom they were blessed or devoted or whatever. There's sort of a mishmash of clothes and quite possibly a combination specifically designed to distress the eye. On top of that, there are sort of profanities written in High Realm, sort of like scribbled onto them. It almost gives and patches from various other materials with other symbols from other like faiths sort of stitched onto
a battle jacket.
Kinda, yeah. It gives the impression of someone who is like very anti Immaculate Order battle jacket.
Oh yeah,
But
she's a punk. Love it.
But she's kind of she's leaned over, her elbows on her knees, kind of thing, with a eating a sandwich. That's dripping with some kind of sauce on a long piece of bread. And as you sort of come to, she's just kind of staring, and then she goes, "What's up?" And that's where we're going to end the session for this week.
Damn. All right. Okay.
She's got like perilously close to max aura. Just.
Okay. Everybody take 5 regular experience for showing up.
Yay.
All right. Exalted experience. Let's see. Character advancement. Let's see. Expression bonus. Did anyone play up a defining or major intimacy this session?
A little bit. Barrel's my friend, so I was kind of watching out for him and being kind of like. A little extra focused.
Did you say major? I think I did at least 1 or 2.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
you were looking out for your crewmate.
Exactly. So you can take 2 solar experience for that.
But I also did another one where there's one where one of my is that major or minor? 1 second. It's minor. Never mind.
I was saying, and they don't stack. It's just a matter like it's like did you or didn't you kind of thing. It's
word.
I regaled to taking myself out of the session rather than being destroyed by creatures of darkness. I don't know. It's
no, because you were on the way. You were on the mend. It's
yeah.
So you had already.
No, I'm just throwing it out there
as
an option.
Anybody else?
I don't think I did. No, because realistically, like I was just doing my usual rather than like anything that would put me at a risk or reveal something about my character or personality through the intimacy.
Okay.
And I definitely did not like manipulate anybody by exploiting cultural traditions or legal systems in support of a major or defining intimacy. That's tough. That's real tough when you're walking through an empty space.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Roll bonus. Scout, you didn't do any. You said that because you were looking out for Barrel. Yeah, I'll give you that. You can take 2 solar experience for that.
Yay.
Dawncast. Not much butt to kick this time, so I can't give you that there. Twilight Cast.
I poofed, man.
You kind of poofed. You didn't do much learning this time. It's
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It happens.
There will be other opportunities. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Nightcast. Infiltration or stealth. You know what? You were looking for traps, and that is a very like. That is the sneaky. That is the thieves' mindset. So even though it's not necessarily like a sneaky way of things, I'm going to include that in like that thief mindset kind of thing in terms
Be
of
prepared to go sideways.
Exactly. Yeah.
You rolled larceny, it counts.
Yeah, come up with the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go sideways, throw away the plan. Yeah. And finally, our Changing Moon cast, which is...
That would have been the social manipulation one and tricking someone. Yeah.
Yeah, not so much this time.
Nah, that's okay.
All right.
Burra, you got the hardest fucking thing to
For where we are, yeah.
I'm so sorry. Like, it's fucking.
No. I knew this was going to be a group of all solars, and I chose to play a lunar. Like, I intentionally was like, I'm going to be down here. It's because I'm the comic relief. That happens to also hit like a freight train.
The pay
We
train's
love you
coming.
anyway. We love you anyway, all right? Once you go towering beast form, it's all over.
All right. And last but certainly not least, learning curve. Anybody have any theory crafting for this particular session?
Beryl said his out loud.
What's that?
He thinks the doors don't actually lead to specific connecting locations until someone opens one, and then it puts them in a room that is built in the mansion in advance that resonates with something of their past or location or anchoring in creation.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of spitball a little bit based on what we learned this session. So there's a twofer here. I think Espada Azul is the guest that was on Radiant Star's boat that they can't remember.
Yeah.
And I think that they are directly the reason why we were all pulled here. I don't know why yet, but I think it might be having to do with with the fact that they're in Akuma now.
Okay.
Because they're in a place between places, because that's where our buddy Copal ended up after, self-immolating.
Okay.
So, I think this might be a manipulation play. Maybe she doesn't have a body and she's trying to figure out how to get one back. Or maybe she just, is fuck all the solars, because XYZ that we don't know yet. I don't know, but I feel like this is a spite play.
Okay.
I kind of feel like that this is a bit of the house itself is kind of a jigsaw maze trap.
I like that.
Of pulling shenanigans to either exhaust ourselves or harness our energy or something like that, just keep us running in circles. I don't know a precise reason why, but I think the house itself has some level of there's not whether or not there's a master puppeteer, the house is on automatic.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
That's very autochthonian of you. You don't know the lore, but that's
okay.
Neat.
Giuseppe, what about you?
How do I always end up last on this one?
Because I'm going clockwise based on the
It's not on my screen, man. But anyway,
I'll do it counterclockwise.
The
I'll do it counterclockwise next time. All right.
Well, thank you. Love you. I do in fact think that based on the description, Cerci doesn't know, and that's because Cerci doesn't know how ships travel in Exalted, and they were inadvertently heading for Malpheus and driving forward towards there. I think Espada Azul or their underling that they were training is the person I'm in the room with. And if there's a reason that they no longer know who they are, is because they finally fell to the curse or not the Great Contagion, but the Plague of the Mind, if you will, that does exist within
the Great
Exalted.
Yeah. The capital C curse.
Yes, and it's a. Now they're hanging on to vestiges of their self, and inadvertently we've been summoned in their name to kill for them to try and undo their misdeeds. And that's who we are killing in the name of.
He's at
Oh.
the
I like all of those. So yeah, I'll take everybody take an extra point. I like it.
No.
I like something everybody said. There's a little something everywhere, a little bit there.
Now, important question. This is the first time I've actually earned this. Does this go under my lunar experience or the other one?
This is lunar experience.
What, their separate experience? I've just been trotting it down.
There is there's regular experience and exalted experience.
My first point.
The only difference between the two, well, so there's two important differences between the two. Spending once you have spent 50 regular experience, you will automatically hit Essence 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, exalted experience, you gain regular experience. That's the 5 points you get for showing up.
Yep.
Exalted experience is what you gain from your roll bonus and expression bonus, and in my case, learning curve.
Yes.
And you cannot spend exalted essence to buy charms. You can use it for anything else, and specifically, like you can even get martial arts charms with it. However, anything else, you cannot get like regular charms with it. So, but you can spend it on anything else. You can even mix and match the two if you need to. If you want to get like, if you have a grand total of 10 experience between both of your pools, and you want to buy a dot in an attribute and you need some from both pools, go for it. Like I said, you just can't use that exalted essence to buy a new exalted charm.
Okay.
So you're doing we're doing halftime.
Yep.
Training.
Half training time.
That's not. We've had like what 3 days, so we don't really have all that much time.
Three sessions, but I think it's only been like 2 to 3 hours.
Day and a half.
It's only been a few hours in terms of actual in world time. But so I will be having the training times for everybody because the story that I have in mind is not exactly going to be particularly conducive to downtime, and because a lot of these training times tend to be in months, you guys aren't going to have months or weeks of downtime in order to get that amount of training done.
Also, if you don't mind me asking, Will, just because it's important, because it came up, we were talking about it. I think you weren't on the call. No offense to you.
Yeah, no,
just jibber jabbering.
Yeah.
How long do you think the session's gonna go?
The series, you mean?
Yeah, the story. Yeah. How long, ideally, do you want it to go?
That's a fantastic question.
Because this is honestly this is a really good group. Granted, we've got like fucking all over the place a little bit, but
let me think about that a little bit, because I do have without tipping my entire hand, I will say I do have an ending in mind for this. However, that ending is kind of a cliffhanger that could lead to a season 2.
Okay.
Kind of thing, if people are into that.
All right, yeah.
Love that.
So,
dig it.
Well,
I'm not opposed.
Let me consider timelines and stuff like that.
Cool. Because we know you're doing this for bolstering yourself, and we want to help you.
Absolutely, I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys being here to help with that.
I do.
But okay, so with that, you know what? I know who I'm going to raid today because they're in the middle of stuff right now. So, why don't you folks let everyone at home know where they can find you on the interwebs? In the spirit of what I said earlier, we'll go counterclockwise this time and start with Giuseppe.
Oh wait, are we still live? Have we been
we're
live
still
this whole time?
we're still
Oh
live.
shit! I don't even fucking.
Did I say good night? Did I say we're rating such and such?
You did not actually. Hey, I'm Giuseppe. I'm Modern Artifice. I make dice. I'm far too humble. Many people will tell you that because I care more about the community than I do about my business.
They make fantastic dice.
Truly some gorgeous
Thank
stuff.
you.
Check out their TikToks.
All you, I hate you, but I love you. I'll never bolster myself up. It's these people that make the community grow. So, that's it. That's all I got.
Modern Artifice everywhere on the interwebs. Anyway, Cerci, where can people find you?
Astro Hollow everywhere on the interwebs. I make crafts. I do cosplay. I do little things.
All right. Dylan, what about you?
I create tabletop content and board games and write several. I'm going through some interesting points where I'm working on fiction set in the setting and world and system that I've designed. But you can find me and everything I do at Bardic Geek, just like the handle suggests.
And last but certainly not least, Scout.
What's up? I am Scout, also known as Neon Saline. That's neon like the light, saline like the drip. You can find me everywhere on the internet and where good stuff be. With that username, if you can't find it, I ain't there. I currently am doing a whole bunch of stuff. I sort of stream on the side. I'm working on a whole bunch of writing stuff, but mostly I have a GoFundMe because I still need dental surgery. Partly because that's the mask. So, yeah, if you hit up my link tree, you'll be able to see it there and all the other stuff that I'm doing right now.
And I am Radio Free Will. Thanks for hanging out for the stream, folks. If you liked this game and would like me to run a game for you, go check out that website right up there, startplaying.games/GM/Radio Free Will. I still have a bunch of, as of this recording, I still have a bunch of seats open available for Masks New Generation, Worldwide Wrestling, Exalted, and I'm always trying to come up with other games. If you have a suggestion, please make it. I would... anything but Dungeons and Dragons. It's just not a game I'm comfortable running. And I don't say that's not like a corporate thing. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Hasbro, but I don't run D&D because I've tried and I just can't. It's just not, I can't do it. It's not does not vibe with my style of GM. Also, you can follow me on TikTok for as long as it exists at Radio Free Will. You can also follow me if you're watching this on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitch, or if you're watching this on Twitch, you can follow me on YouTube at Radio_Free Will. And I'm also going to be streaming here video games and stuff. I'm in the middle of playing Chrono Trigger for the first time, and
Nice.
which has been a lot of fun.
It's a good game.
It is a classic for a reason. I will say that. But all that said, like I said, I already picked out who we were going to be rating because our wonderful friends over at the Onyx Path, publishers of this fine game, are currently live playing some The World Below.
Nice.
So absolutely go give them a follow if you haven't already, so you can watch them stream some of the games that they publish. And maybe I'll even be back on there someday because I have definitely streamed for them a couple of times.
Pretty cool.
But... yeah, go give them a follow if you haven't already. Say hi in chat. Do a little dance, make a little love. Get down tonight. It all helps the algorithm. But until next time, everybody, thanks for being here. And no gods, no masters, only moderators. Night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
You're so right, Will.
I hope that's not on stream.
And we
Nope.
are rated.